Hey everyone, Matt Robinson back again to get part 4 of my interracial relationships video blog series. Now, I've gotten a lot of cool responses for this video, so I want to start compiling a playlist. So if you want your interracial relationship video to be part of the playlist I'm creating, shoot me a private message and I'd be more than happy to start putting it together for the playlist. Alright, so I've written down some questions and topics that people have been talking about, their comments and private messages to me and video responses to this video, and I'm going to try to tackle them as best as I can and as quickly as I can. So what about differences in culture? This was a big thing. A lot of people are saying that their argument against interracial relationships is the vast differences in culture. And I'm one of those people that thinks that there's only one race, the human race, and that there's only different hues of skin color, and that really there's only such thing as intercultural relationships. And I think that you should be open to seeing another culture and dating another culture and learning something new about people. Who wants to be with people who are always like them? I mean, that might be okay, but because you want to be comfortable with your significant other, but at the same time I don't think you should chastise people who choose to interculturally have relationships. I don't think there's just not a big enough argument that I've heard that different cultures can't be with each other. Now, different religions is a slightly different topic. I'm not going to get into that too much. That's a horse of a different color. But as far as culture goes, I think it's quite alright in all aspects. And I think it should be even maybe in some ways encouraged. Okay, so one video, an interracial couple asked me to find someone with an anti-interracial argument that was articulate and made sense, and I've yet to hear one. I've heard some people say certain things, but nothing's really to me struck me as this is the definitive good reason why people of different races can be together. Now, people said the kid will have an identity crisis, but as I've said before, your child should see themselves. If their kid is named, if your kid is named Lynn, he or she should see herself or himself as Lynn, and that should be the first thing. Color's only skin deep, people. Also, someone was talking about how maybe part of the reason that black men are quote-unquote leaving black women for white women is that black women have unattainable standards. I don't think that's the case. I mean, if that's the case, how come black women, and this is a statistical fact, and it's a sad fact, and I wish I didn't have to say it as fact. As far as in America, the race with the most amount of single mother families is African American women. And there's a huge problem in the African American community with that. And I don't think that has anything to do with white women or black women or anything. There's something going on in the black community that we need to fix. And that's obviously a topic that we could do so many topics on that, so many video topics on that, but I'm not going to really get into that much. Some people will talk about how white men get off easy when they're in an interracial relationship. Take Robert De Niro, for instance. And I think in some respect that is true, but I think they also do get a little heat. But it's not as out there. Because I honestly think that the media makes it more white women, black men, and they make that the kind of pinnacle, quote-unquote, interracial relationship. And it's also the one because of that, they also make the most controversial or exotic or taboo. So white men probably do get it less than, say, a black man who dates interracially, but I think, there's prejudice and bigotry on all sides. Also, there's an issue of people who date interracially have self-hate issues. I think that could be true for some black men and some black women and any woman of people race, but you have to understand that self-hate is not exclusive to people who date interracially. Because there are people who don't like their noses and people who don't like their hair or their body or their arms or anything. Like me, I always go to the gym, but look at my arms, man. Why can't they just get bigger no matter what I do? I have to start buying some protein shakes. Anyway, I don't think that means that people, just because they date outside the race, that all of a sudden they hate their own race. I think that makes sense. That doesn't make sense at all. So you're telling me that if an Irish person dates a German person, that all of a sudden that Irish person hates Ireland? No one makes that argument, and it shouldn't be made for people who have interracial relationships. Not saying that some people do it because they have self-hate issues, but that's people, not a whole group of people just because one thing. And that brings me to the next thing. Why does there always have to be some sort of agenda that is discussed when people date outside the race. Why can't two people just like each other and see past their skin color? Skin color is a part of the physical appearance. That doesn't make up who the person is. So why does there always have to be some underlying agenda whenever a black man or an Asian woman to get together, or a Hispanic man and a white woman, always talking about, oh, well, she got with the Hispanic because he's exotic, or she's exotic because she's Hispanic, or the black man is endowed below the waistline, which is true. But no, it just doesn't make sense to me. And so I'm going to finish with this real quick because I'm running out of time. And I just want to ask you guys a question to leave in the comments. Please keep talking about stuff about interracial relationships, but I want to ask you, what's with this whole "you're taking our good black men" thing? Please enlighten me on this. I would like to know, and I have my own opinion on it too, but I want to know what you guys think. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. I want to hear your comments, and I will answer any question you guys ask me. So, remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, please remember, it's all